2 years ago, I got a hair transplant in Turkey, and this is how my hair is looking right now. I like it sometimes, I don't like it other times, but in this video, I'm going to talk about all the things that I did right, all the many things that I did wrong, the things to look out for, and what I would do differently if I was to do this all again and get it done again. As a kid, I'd always had super thick hair. Then about 18 or 19 years old, I started to notice I was losing a little bit of hair around the corners of my head, around the temples. And I panicked, right? Because I used to love my hair. It was one of the only things that girls, when I was in school, used to be like, oh, your hair looks like Justin Bieber. I used to fucking love it, bro. And yeah, long story short, went to university, really stressed me out, really affected my mental health, really made me miserable, really made me sad and not very happy. And I became a bit of a recluse due to my hair. So I started doing everything I could to try and regrow it, using minoxidil, biotin pills, all of these like caffeine shampoos, all of this stuff that probably doesn't actually work very well other than the minoxidil. And I was doing everything that I could to grow it. And it would really bother me. Like, it really affected me, and I hated it about my appearance. So I decided to go to Turkey when I was 27 years old, 2 years ago, to get a hair transplant. Got it done in Turkey, and straight away there are three things that I wish I did differently. So first of all, I got the procedure done, and on the first day, and I was really unsure of my hairline placement. I actually got the surgeon to put it higher originally when he's drawing on the lines to take it up, and then I got the procedure done. I got home and I was like, it's too high. I don't like it. Fair play to the clinic here. I spoke to the clinic. I contacted them. They're like, it's all good. Come back in and we can make some changes. We can adjust it if you want. So I had to go back in the second day, go through the whole procedure again with all the injections, with taking out the grafts from the back of your head, putting them back in again, and they dropped my hairline a bit lower. In doing this, I think I got them to make it a little bit low. Again, this is personal preference, but one thing you want to make sure that you do when you get a hair transplant is not to put it in any muscle in your forehead, because you don't want it too low on the front. So you might be thinking like, it already looks quite low, but if I go like this, do not tell the surgeon where to put your hairline. Like, do not tell them to do it, because you're going to go to clinics and they're probably just going to do exactly what you say at the end of the day. If you're like, no, I want it like this, and you do not know, in the vast majority of cases, better than the surgeon. Second thing that I wish I did differently was I think I got too many grafts. So they told me they gave me about 3,000 grafts. It's not that more grafts is better, right? Like a few thousand, 1,000, 1,500, probably gonna be fine. Like, you don't need loads and loads of grafts to get a really, really good end result, because all it means is that if you take too many and you wanna get more hair transplants in the future, or you need to fix something in the future, you're not gonna have any more hair left to take. So I really wish that I was just a bit more careful with, and not thinking, okay, more grafts equals better. I was more aware of like this kind of thing where you don't need to take as many grafts as possible because it can cause you problems down the line. Influencers are going to get hair transplants, cosmetic procedures for free. Okay, I did not pay for mine. I've always disclosed this. I got it for free. I didn't pay anything for it. Super sick, absolutely crazy. One of the reasons that I did this was because I didn't have to sign anything at all. There was no contract for me to sign. There was nothing to say that I had to say X, Y, and Z, that I had to make a certain amount of videos. I literally just had a word of mouth agreement with the clinic owner, and he was like, yo, Mo, like, can you make a video if we do this and do a couple of posts on Instagram? And I was like, yeah, sure. There was nothing to say that I had to say certain specific things. And this is incredibly rare. I know this firsthand, right? Because this has happened to me previously. Originally, I was going to go to Turkey to get my teeth done and my teeth veneered. Thank fuck I didn't, when I was a bit younger. And within the contract, it basically said that if I say anything negative, if I say that I'm not happy with any of the results, if I express any kind of anything but overwhelmingly positive results, I can't criticize anything at all, I am liable to pay back the full amount plus like 50,000 US dollars or 100,000 US dollars. Now, I don't know how that will stand up in court, but I would basically have to sign this agreeing to their terms of the contract that I couldn't say anything bad at all. Like, even if all my teeth were rotting and falling out and I was on death's door from an infection, I still had to say the experience was overwhelmingly great. And these clinics, like, not just in Turkey, anywhere, a lot of clinics, a lot of things that work with influencers, you're going to get contracts like that. So just be really fucking careful of listening to people like myself online, even reading reviews, because reviews can really easily be faked. Really good place to go is Reddit. Look on Reddit, look on forums, look for bad things about where you're thinking to go, bad things about the clinic, and that'll be really, really useful in terms of helping you find a good one. And something that I wish I knew as well that I didn't know was, do not pick a clinic based on the name. Like, you wouldn't go to a barbershop based on the name of the barbershop. You'll go to a barbershop based on the barber that is cutting your hair. Like, I go to the same barbershop every week and I ask for the same guy. I get the same guy to cut my hair every single week because I know that he is good. This is the most important haircut of your fucking life. So why would you go and let any random apprentice barber do this thing that is effectively going to dictate how you look for the rest of your life until you die? And I didn't think about this, and I got incredibly lucky because obviously I just went to a clinic and got it done. But the biggest takeaway from this video that I say to people is always choose a surgeon, don't choose a clinic. One of the things that I really don't like about my hair, and one of the things that hair transplants can't do very well, is build density on the top of your head, right? So I'll put some videos on screen now of me getting my hair cut. And as you can see, my hair is pretty damn thin on top. And in the wrong light, if I'm sat down, even my girlfriend's Asian mum, she says to me, like, why did you not make the hair thicker on top? Like, what's wrong with it? Like, literally just fucking calls me out on my clapped out hairline. One of the things that people don't realize is that hair transplants are not very good at building density on the top of the head because there's only so much hair that you can move around ultimately. Like, you can't build a thick full head of hair on the top if you don't have that. So a hair transplant is more of an illusion to creating the illusion that you have a thick full head of hair, when in reality it's not very thick on top at all. You can do things like start to transplant chest hair and neck hair and beard hair into the top of your head if you're getting really desperate, but it's not going to look the same. The number one thing that you can do is take a proper, efficacious, science-backed hair loss medication. So I'll speak about it a little bit more in a minute, but Manual have sponsored this video. So they do science-backed hair loss plans for men. I've used them for absolutely years, long before they sponsor the video. The stuff is really, really good. They have doctors that prescribe you the medication to get you the actual stuff that you need. If you're unsure whether it actually works or not, take the ingredients, put it into ChatGPT. I haven't actually done this myself, but I assume, because ChatGPT is pretty good, that it's going to tell you that everything is sick, efficacious, and it's actually going to work. I always forget how to speak when I do these integrations because I feel like I'm not very good at selling things. Like, even though I love the products and they're sick, I always feel like a scammer trying to sell stuff on my social media. If you want to get 55% off your hair loss treatment plan, then you can use code MO55YT. Directly supports me, and the stuff they do is sick. From certain angles, my hair is still thin on the top. It isn't perfect. I'm not 100% happy with it. Obviously, there's things that I would change, but this is just the limitation of hair transplant, boys. If you expect to go somewhere and get your perfect dream head of hair that is indistinguishable from someone that has lost any hair whatsoever or had a hair transplant, that is not reality, man. And the influencers that go to places and these before and after results is in the best possible light, with the best possible hairstyle, and they're only showing you what they want to show you. So you really need to learn to manage your expectations. Camera just died. But anyway, you need to be taking Finasteride. You need to be taking something for your hair. And basically all of these like brands online, other things, like this is something I wish I did sooner as well, was take Finasteride. But I was too scared based on all the things that I'd read online that have like zero premise behind them whatsoever. I was just fucking terrified to take it. So I didn't take it. I lost all the density on top of my head. My hair receded. And I only speak about this and I'm only telling you about this right now because if I started taking Finasteride earlier, or something that was like dutasteride, something that was gonna prevent that DHT from attacking my hair follicles, which is the way that it works or what it does. It prevents the conversion of testosterone into DHT, which is another type of testosterone. And that DHT is what causes male pattern baldness in people that are genetically susceptible to it. If I didn't go into like the rabbit hole of being a conspiracy theorist and reading all the fucking like shit that people put online, like incel, neckbeard, anti-Finasteride guys, then I probably wouldn't have needed a hair transplant, bro. And even if I did get one or did want one because of the temples, my hair on top would be thick and it would be sick. But it isn't because of the fucking people online that just spout bullshit. I really want to help debunk this because it is something that affected me personally. And okay, yeah, side effects do happen. They happen in like 1 to 2% of people, right? An incredibly small amount or rare group of people that are really genetically unlucky, or people that are like fat, low testosterone, overweight, older men that if their testosterone changes by like 1% are going to be pushed over the edge endochronologically to a point where they might get some symptoms of low testosterone. Do you know how you solve that issue, right? You stop taking Finasteride. and you'll be fine. And you'll literally go back to normal and there'll be no problem whatsoever. The majority of people that do report any side effects, it's going to be psychosomatic. It's going to be a nocebo effect, basically. It's going to be you thinking yourself into side effects because you're worried about it. The best bit of advice I ever got was like, Mo, if you think you're going to get side effects or think something's going to happen, it is going to happen. So you have to go into it with like an open mind. And the cold hard truth is that you will have to be on medication for the rest of your life, even if you get a hair transplant. The number one mistake that people make is they fly to Turkey, they go to whatever, and they don't think they need to be on medication. They think they've magically cured their hair loss. You have not. This is going to happen if you don't take medication after getting a hair transplant. So you've got to think, like, are you willing to be on medication for the rest of your life? And for me, like, it's not a big deal to take finasteride. I get no side effects from it whatsoever. I don't mind spending the money, and I also think it's sick that it reduces the risk of certain types of cancers like prostate and other things from taking this medication. So for me, overall, it's good. I think DHT has a role as well in how how you age and your skin and how you look. So I like to think that even though I'm 48, I look pretty good for my age, and it could be due to the finasteride. Q&A time. How much time outside of a gym? Like, how much time off training do you have to take? 2 weeks is going to be completely fine for getting back to training 100%. After 10 days, it's probably going to be completely fine as well. A lot of clinics will tell you like 1, 2, 3, even 6 months, like some ridiculously high amounts of times. 10 days to 2 weeks is going to be completely fine. Is it painful? Yes. The initial anesthetic is not nice. Like, it's pretty uncomfortable. They get all these needles, they put them in every area of your scalp, like stabbing you in the head, but that only lasts for a few minutes. After that, it's completely pain-free, doesn't hurt whatsoever. Do you need to get your head shaved? You do not need to get your head shaved, but the results can be better if you get your head shaved. Can you wear a hat after getting it done? You can wear a very, very loose hat after about 3 to 5 days, as long as it's very loose, very careful. Like, when you put it on, take it off. This is about a week after here. I just wore a very, very light, a very, very loose bucket hat because you can't get it in the sun either. You don't want to sweat too much. So for the first few days, really, really important just to be careful, not to knock it, get it in the sun, put anything on it. But 3 to 5 days, you can wear a hat. How long does it take to get the full results? It takes about 1 to 1.5 years. So this will be the full results right now that I currently have. No more thickness is going to come through. The top is going to remain how it is unless I got more transplants in the future, which I probably will, to be honest. Like, not going to lie, I probably will get more. Mo, what do you currently do for hair loss? I take 1 milligram of finasteride every single day in a pill, and then I put on minoxidil on my head once a day in a topical solution before I go to bed. That is literally it. Should probably start microneedling again. I might start microneedling again. I stopped doing it. I'm kind of undecided on it. But minoxidil, finasteride, that is pretty much it. Anyway, people, that is my 2-year hair loss journey. That is currently where we're at. I will be getting a hair transplant again at some time in the future, just to build up some more density on the top. I feel like the sides are a little bit, and before you're like, no, like, you don't need it. Like, I'm pretty happy with how I look. I'm happy with my appearance. I'm not insecure about it. Like, it is what it is at the end of the day. But I think that life is like a video game, and if you can level up your stats and make yourself look better, and I can make these videos, and I find it quite fun. It's like, it's probably not a very healthy way of looking at it, but if I can make myself look better and improve how I interact with the world and get better hair and better teeth and better skin and a fitter, more healthier aesthetic body, I'm going to have more opportunities. My life is going to be better. My experience of reality is going to be better. So it's not like I lose sleep because I've got some like thin hair on top, or like this temple isn't as like, I'd like it slightly more filled in and slightly lower. Completely chill about it, but just letting you know that I'll probably get some more done in the future, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. But anyway, people, if you want to grab any hair loss solutions from Manual, code MO55YT to get 55% off. Drop me a follow on Instagram. If you've got any questions, drop me a comment down below. I'll try and get back to everyone the video first goes out. Anyway, people, peace out. I love you to bits. Thank you. Good night.